good afternoon. Today is the 14th of December and it's time to do something that we do every year. We're going to look at the surprisingly popular and unexpectedly unpopular videos of 2022. Now, I normally only talk about reviews when I do this series. I do it every year, and there's one exception I'm going to make to that in a video that isn't a full review, but it was filmed on the same day and at the same event as a lot of the others, so it kind of is a review, so I'm going to make an exception to that. Other than that, videos that I'm going to talk about were all made after the last video we did in this series. So after kind of sort of mid-December 2021, there's actually one video on the list that was released on the 30th of December 2021. All the rest were released in 2022. It's not very fair for me to talk about the most popular video of the year compared with the others, because that was actually made in 2020. It's the Honda Jazz, and nobody knows, as far as I can understand it, why that video is the most popular one on the channel of the year. Nobody really knows, but it is. I'm also not going to talk about just car walk-arounds or shambolic shuffles or anything like that, because, well, if we just looked at the 10 most popular videos of the year, a lot of them would be like Shambolic Shuffle NEC Car Show Part 5 or something like that. There's not really a lot to say about each individually. I find analysing the reviews a little bit more interesting for me personally. The other thing I will say is videos that have been released in the last month, I'm not going to be including them, because a lot of them haven't had that many views. For example, the Land Rover Series 3 Lightweight, the Volvo 850, the Rover 200 VI. They haven't had that many reviews, but that just could be that they haven't had an awful lot of time to actually find their place. I know out of experience, and we'll talk about this when we look at the sort of most popular videos, that actually sometimes the popularity doesn't come immediately, it comes later, and we'll discuss that in a little while. So the first video that I'm going to talk about, we're going to start with the most unpopular video of the entire year, was the 2022 Volvo C40 Recharge on Slightly Shambolic SMMT Reviews. That video was released, I think, at some point in October probably, and it had 273 views. Now, I don't really know why it's so unpopular. We'll look at general sort of trends in a moment, but someone will say, oh, it's a new car, it's an electric car, therefore it won't be popular. That's not really the case if you look at an awful lot of the other videos that we're going to be looking at in this list. That was quite a good car. Maybe it's the price that puts someone off, maybe it's the look of it, I have no idea. Maybe you can be generous and look and answer me in the comments below. Next video we're going to talk about, with 288 views, again from Slightly Shambolic SMMT Reviews. I think this would have been released maybe at some point in May. The 2022 Genesis G70 Sportline. I thought that was a fantastic car. Not an electric car. It has a 2-turbo petrol engine. I took that on the Alpine handling circuit at Millbrook, and it was fantastic. It's a really, really good car. I'd rather have one of those than an Audi or a BMW or Mercedes all the time. And actually, because it's such a big SMMT reviews, I had more people helping me. The video was actually better than the normal stuff, from no budget reviews, from sensible second-hand reviews. So why it's only had 288 views, I have no idea. Next one is from the same event actually in Millbrook, but this time Sensible Second-Hand Classics. Seat UK were kind enough to actually supply a Mark 1 Seat Leon Cooper R from 2003 for people to drive, so I had a go in that, and I thought it was pretty enjoyable. I took it on the high-speed bowl with Mr. Sam Skelton, who some of you might have heard of in the classic car world, and it was good. It was a standard format Sensible Second-Hand Classics. It wasn't such a like SMMT reviews, but I've had 378 views on my video. I don't really know why. It's maybe in the same kind of vein as the next one on the list. Back in March, we had a social event at a place called Cadnam, it's near Southampton, and one of the cars I drove there was an absolutely immaculate 2000 Toyota MR2, one of the first imported into this country. I think it's called the W30 model. That has been in the same family since new, same ladies owned it, and incredible condition, amazing car to drive, really, really nice. I actually went with Amber from Driven 24/7 in the car. We went for a little drive in it, and it was great. Why it's only had 395 views, I don't know. It's the same era of car as for Seat Leon. Yeah, again, I don't really know. Answer in the comment section below. Number 5 on the unpopular list is the 2022 Toyota GR Supra manual, again from slightly shambolic SMMT reviews. It's only had 434 views. 434 views, that's it. You would have thought that like an exciting manual supercar, it's not really a supercar, is it? It's more like a sort of sports car. That would get a lot more views than that, and I was one of the first people in the country to drive the manual model, and yet, despite it being exciting and all that kind of stuff, nobody seems to watch that sort of performance cars and stuff on my channel, which is why I don't feature an awful lot of them. I do sometimes get off of them, but they don't seem to perform very well. Nobody wants to watch that. It's probably because YouTube is oversaturated with people who are driving, performance cars. I don't know. Maybe some of you can enlighten me in the comment section below. Now we're going to talk about some of the most popular reviews on the channel, unexpectedly so. First of it is in 5th position. It's the 2012 Toyota IQ2. Even the title for that video seems to have generated some controversy, and I'm still getting people complaining all the way through on that video that I've got the trim level of the car wrong. It's really annoying. I just had to remove the comments. I just don't want to argue with people whose minds are sort of made up. I mean, I might be wrong about the trim level, but I asked someone who is his father's car, and he used to work at a Toyota dealership at the time that the car was sold. I mean, if he doesn't know what the trim levels kind of were, and bear in mind he wasn't just a salesman, he was the manager, then I don't know exactly what to do about that. And so I just removed the comments on people like that, because they might be right about it, but a lot of them are very rude as well. I don't know why I get so many views. I've really thought about taking it down just because people just argue all the time on that video, but I've left it up, and I just judiciously use the remove comment button. But there we go, 3,818 views. Next was a real sort of success from my birthday last year, 30th of December 2021, the 1989 Ford Sierra Sapphire. That has had 4,081 views. I don't quite know why. The Vauxhall Astra Mark 1 that I filmed on the same day, and I think released probably a day before that or something, that hasn't had nearly the same level of success. It's not done badly, but it's nothing like the Sierra, and that just sort of peaked, went through the roof. I'll try to find something else to upload on my birthday this year that you will all enjoy. But yes, and again, unfortunately, some stupid comments in this section that, you know, in these days I wouldn't even bother replying to them. I'm getting better at not getting myself involved in arguments about things I don't need to be involved in. But I didn't even particularly like driving it. I thought it was a bit cumbersome and heavy to drive, actually. The Astra, despite having no power steering, was actually easy to drive. But, you know, you seem to very much like that. And so I'm hoping to go back to a British Car Journey next year and film some more. Next we have the 2000 Mercedes-Benz C200 Classic Selection W202, at the time owned by Amber from Driven 24/7. That has been a very successful collaboration. I don't know how my Rover that she filmed on the same day has done, but I was able to get 5,167 views from that car. It's very much crept in the background. When it was first released, it wasn't that successful, but it's just kind of been there all the time, and it's, I don't know, it's one of the most highly rated views on my channel. Bear in mind, I'd already reviewed a C-Class actually last year on No Budget Use Caveat Emptor edition, so I didn't necessarily want to do another one, but hers was so nice that I did, and I'm really pleased that I have. And maybe some of you subscribe to Driven 24/7 and haven't seen the car. I don't know. Let me know in the comment section below. So next we have the Hyundai Getz, filmed on the same day as the Mercedes C200 in the same car park, and it's had 5,774 views. The thing about this car is that I wasn't having an expectation about it, really. Chap just contacted me and said, would you like to film my car? I happened to be going up there to film Amber's anyway, so we put them together in the same location, and again, it didn't do very well at first. In fact, it did so badly, I thought, what is going on with my channel? Is it broken? But it's had more views than the Mercedes, which is madness to me. I didn't find it the most exciting car at all. I found it really quite bland. But in the current climate, with really expensive second-hand cars and things like that, something like that just makes a lot of sense, possibly. I don't know. Have to let me know why that's so popular in the comment section below. So, on the same day as the Volvo, this Volvo C40, I filmed a 2022 MG4 EV long-range trophy. And it wasn't even a full review, because I like to take my time over new cars we have in for review, and you know, we've just filmed an MG4 for 3 Decade Reviews, so I take my time about that. But you know, we did it very quickly. I probably drove the car for 4 minutes or something. It was just a brief walk around and test drive, which is why I'm not calling it a full review. But it had 8,794 views, which is totally insane. I can't believe it's had so many views. I don't understand why. Maybe some of you could let me know in the comment section below why that would be. You know, people say to me, oh, you know, we don't want to see modern cars on the channel, we don't want to see electric cars on the channel. Well, it's a modern car and it's electric, and it's the most popular review of the entire year. Well, you know, sort of review. So what you're sort of telling me is that the more effort I put into the videos, the less you want to watch them based on this evidence. Lloyd Vehicle Consulting stickers, t-shirts and mugs are available by clicking the link to the Google form in the video description below. Anyway, that was 10 surprisingly popular and unexpectedly unpopular videos from 2022. The whole range of stuff in there, and there's no one genre that sort of stands out, which is interesting. Anyway, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below, and I suppose we'll have to do this again in 2023.